Okay, I'm Sovereign Sage, and apparently we're having a thing with Alhaitham and Cyno. We can't trust either. They want to kill us. Well, each other, but yeah.
As a guardian charged with the responsibility to protect my fellow villagers from harm, I was observing your conflict from afar, even before the sandstorm started.
And I was recording with my sick camera out the window, caught all of them flips and moves.
And now that you have set foot within our village itself, it is all the more my responsibility to make absolutely sure that you pose no threat whatsoever to us. So please, have an honest and sincere conversation with one another, and put your hostile feelings to rest.
That's not gonna happen.
If anyone dares to start anything again while they are under this roof, I will not hesitate to send them out for some quality time with the creatures of the sandstorm.
Oh! On second thought, I may have misjudged Candace's character.
And that goes for you too, Miss Dia. Do I make myself clear?
All right, we got it, Candace.
That's what I like to hear. So, which of you will begin?
I was supposed to be a mediator, but I might have gotten a little too involved just now. Anyway, one of those two should probably start talking.
Wait, that was you trying to be a mediator?
I have nothing to hide, so there's no shame in explaining myself. While Alhaitham wasn't wrong about the other Matra not knowing my whereabouts, it's not because I've been assigned a morally dubious mission. Rather, I've chosen to exile myself.
Huh? Exile yourself?
A little while ago, I discovered that there was data missing in the Academia's project planning and development files. What little they did report clearly did not match the project's actual progress. As General Mahamatra, I had the responsibility and authority to request an audit. However, to my surprise, the person responsible for the erroneous data was none other than Grand Sage Azar himself. I tried to investigate the issue myself before submitting a formal audit request, but I soon found that all leads and potential pieces of incriminating evidence were carefully concealed from me. I began to realize that they were cautious of me from the very beginning.
Well, you do kind of have this aura about you that seems like if you get close, you will strike them down, so...
Unsurprisingly, the Grand Sage rejected my audit request as soon as the submission reached his desk. He even said to me,
I really like Cyno. I've known about him since last year. He was leaked a long time ago, and everybody's like, oh, he's truly Razor's father, but he looks like Razor, but he's not Razor. He has no connection to him. I think he's just like this desert person, and that's pretty much how I see him as. But I like desert Egyptian shit, so when they finally added a desert zone in this game, I was absolutely thrilled. I love pyramids and desert stuff, and I've always liked Egyptian things. That's why the Mummy Returns movies are always my favorite. I've always liked those stories. So when they started creating characters that are desert-esque, I was like, fucking sweet. And he's kind of a Anubis-y, and I was like, So he caught my eye a long time ago. Still haven't gotten him, though, but that's just the way it is.
the power of the General Mahamatra is granted by the sages. You have no right to judge us.
Okay.
So they really are up to no good.
I realized then that to the Grand Sage, the Matra are nothing more than tools for the sages to assert and maintain their control over knowledge.
Is it just me, or is it kind of weird how he walked around the room and is significantly closer to us all of a sudden?
The vows that we took, the principles that we strive to uphold, they are meaningless to the academia of today.
So you then decided to exile yourself?
I believed it would be wise to flee the academia before the sages had a chance to take action against me. This way, they can no longer see nor predict my actions.
Oh, so you attacked Al-Atham because he's part of the academia and you thought he was after you?
I will never give up on this investigation. There's no need for someone else to give me power or authority. Once I find the truth, I will administer judgment by my own name.
Cyno seems to have the same goal as us. We're all investigating the sages. Plus, now that he's no longer the General Mahamatra, he somehow feels a lot less scary.
It's still too early to trust him completely.
Well, Cyno, if that's your story, then why did you see
When I was investigating the matter in the academia, I overheard a conversation between Al-Haytham and a sage. The sages asked you to investigate a blonde-haired traveler. Do you dispute this, Al-Haytham?
What?
Like many parts of the project, this assignment was undocumented. Now throw in your suspicious behavior with the Divine Knowledge Capsule, and I think we deserve an explanation.
From the very beginning, you were...
Yes. I was indeed tasked with investigating the Traveler.
You cocksucker.
After all, the promised reward was so great that hardly any scholar could have refused. The sage told me, once you've completed this assignment, I can give you a glimpse of divine knowledge.
A most enticing offer.
Unfortunately, those academics don't know me at all. Their words contain one key piece of information. Namely, that divine knowledge indeed exists. That gave me all I needed to know. From my perspective, the sages are far from trustworthy. Think about it. Isn't it a little strange they're so willing to share divine knowledge with anyone, even as a reward? So, I began my own investigation following the lead of the Divine Knowledge Capsule. In the end, I realized my wisdom in committing to this rather than collaborating with the sages. Had I been less guarded, I probably would have ended up like that Cyno Ahmar mercenary, incapable of remaining sane for long enough to hold a conversation.
You mean that the sages originally planned to dispose of you, using one of those capsules that drive people insane?
What about your encounter with me? Did you just join forces with me so you could investigate me?
I'd already given up on the assignment by then. I only told the Academia I was waiting in Port Ormuz for you to appear so they wouldn't suspect anything. So it came as quite a surprise when I encountered my erstwhile target while investigating the Divine Knowledge Capsule.
Criminals do love to talk about coincidences.
Even though I ran into the Traveler by chance, I had no intention of providing assistance to the Academia. Also, you should remember...
What, you had us meet with Dory?
You were the ones who decided to follow me and strike up a conversation after I left that tavern.
Is that enough to prove us innocent? Is that enough to prove his innocence, now that you mention it, things did go like that? Well...
That's true. Al-Haytham helped us out at Caravan Rebond as well. Maybe he's telling the truth.
Maybe you're too gullible.
I'm willing to apologize, if that's worth anything to you.
No, it's not. Fuck you.
I took the Divine Knowledge Capsule behind your back because I judged its existence to be a significant risk. I felt that it would be best for no one to interact with it before it had been properly studied. After all, curiosity often proves to be the most dangerous thing in this land.
You should be well aware, Scribe Al-Haytham, that curiosity can also lead you to danger and suspicion.
I didn't realize she had little moons dangling off the back of her thing.
Answer me this. Did the sages share any information about their project with you?
Have I not made myself clear? You and I are both distrusted by the Academia. Do you really think they would tell me anything?
That drumbeat when he said that was great.
Fine. Although you haven't completely proven your innocence, I won't regard you as an enemy, for now.
So whose side is Cyno on here? I mean, I've clearly been lied to and betrayed by Al-Haytham, so is he on my side then? Would he defend me? Or is he just blocking defending himself?
As you wish.
Good. I'm glad to see you two clearing up your misunderstandings. And now you, Dia. I believe it's your turn.
Oh, sorry. Whatever the boys were talking about must have been so boring that I spaced out. My situation is pretty straightforward. My employer, Dunyarzad of the Homayani family, is friends with the Traveler and is currently recovering from her illness at home. I had nothing going on, so I decided to return to our village for a visit. I was actually looking forward to a pretty exciting time getting back together with everyone here, but then I saw these two random guys in the middle of a pointless argument. It ticked me off, and things went downhill from there.
Is that all? Well, I will admit that definitely sounds like your style. In that case, welcome back, dear.
That's more like it. I missed you all so much, Candace.
Whoa! What was that sound?
No need to worry. Now that you're no longer at each other's throats, please make yourselves at home. I'll take a quick trip outside to clear out some of those creatures in the sandstorm.
Creatures? In the sandstorm? Are you sure you don't want some backup?
Fighting in a sandstorm is not for the faint-hearted. Anyone without extensive training in these conditions is at a disadvantage. You needn't worry.
Yeah, just leave him to Candace. Don't worry, she's as tough as they come.
After a while, the winds outside began to calm, ticking.
The winds died down. That means the sandstorm's over, right? Candace still isn't back yet, though. Is she alright? Maybe we should go out and check on her.
When you put it that way, even I'm starting to feel a little worried. All right, let's go. We've been here long enough, and the boys are as chatty as the floor.
My bird! It's so cute and adorable! Glad to see my bird is back. Don't really have a name for it, though. I don't really have a name for it. I mean, it's not blue, but it's not really totally green either, so turquoise doesn't work. Azure kind of works. Maybe if I combined azure and turquoise together. Alright, the bird's name is Azois. That is now that bird's name forever. Its name is Azois. I've combined azure and turquoise together. It's Azois. That is permanently that bird's name. A-Z-O-I-S-E. It's Azois. That is now its name. That's what I'll call it. I mean, everybody got that, so anybody who has this game got that for free, so you can call it whatever you want. But for me, it will be Azois. Or Azoi for short, but Azois! Yeah! What is the red dough? Oh, it's the fruit flying off the cactuses that didn't load in because my game's on crack. Hold on. Ghost cactus. I'm climbing the fucking air. Alright. Okay. Man, how did that take so much of her stamina? Oh, there she is. I like how we're all untextured. Oh, there it goes.
Yes. They just keep coming in waves. I've lost count of how many I've defeated. Before I realized it, even the sandstorm had stopped.
Not only is she really strong, her stamina is something else.
Here comes another wave!
Leave this round to us. I got interrupted earlier, but now I have something to take my anger out on.
It's been quite a while since I've seen the Flame Mane in action. I'll leave these to you then.
I'll be sure to put on a good show. Let's go!
Am I really doing this? Yep. Ooh, that's why I was trying to create these things from earlier. But I wasted the one I had, my stronger one. I used it on something else. My elements aren't going to help me here. That was no sound effect. Yeah, well now let's go give Alatham and Cyno a chance to see us fight. I mean, Alatham's already seen us fight, but Cyno hasn't.
Submit for judgment. Here comes another wave. When are they ever gonna let up?
Never. You can assume my shines eternal.
Torn to oblivion.
Or that. Mother of pearl.
Nice and spicy.
Yeah, I have that decay status, so my life is slowly draining. And it affects all characters too, not just one. Yeah, so when you fight the hounds, you get a decay status that affects everybody in your team. sucks. Yep. Oh yeah.
From whence you came!
My flower is still going
The
off.
creature stopped appearing. Was that the last of them?
What is her face?
What we fought just now was probably the aftermath of the sandstorm. So we should be safe for the time being.
Well fought, everyone. No injuries, I hope.
The Elder. You can't click it until they leave.
Huh? Who are you?
He's the Elder, I'm guessing.
Ah, my apologies. I haven't had a chance to greet you yet.
I was rude.
I had my hands full taking care of the village's elderly and children. I am the chief of Aru village. Everyone usually calls me Uncle Anpu.
Sir, I am also originally from the desert, but I have not been back for some time now. May I ask if such sandstorms are common?
He's like, yes, every day at 5.
I can't say they've always been common, but recently the storms have become increasingly severe and frequent. Besides sandstorms, we also occasionally get earthquakes. According to an investigator who stayed in the village a while ago, these unusual natural phenomena are related to the withering of Irminsul.
Another effect of Irminsul's withering. So, Irminsul's withering causes withering zones in the forest, and sandstorms and earthquakes here in the desert?
Everything in the natural world is inextricably connected to Irminsul. These regional symptoms can indeed be a reflection of Irminsul's present state.
Everyone in our village needs to take good care of themselves. Speaking of which, why haven't I seen a single village keeper since I got here?
Village keeper? Who are they? Village guards like Candace?
Does your curiosity know no bounds? Village Keeper is how Aru village refers to mad scholars, exiled here by the academia. Most of them are scholars who lost their sanity after a period of training in the Avidia forest. The academia believes that their crazed mutterings may have a negative effect on the psyches of other scholars. So, they're forcibly exiled to the desert. Though if you ask me, it's all a boatload of nonsense.
Tenari also brought this up. So this is how we gain Cyno's attention, because Cyno is actually good friends with Tenari, so if we mention we know him, we can get on his good side.
Alas, that's exactly what we've been trying to investigate. One by one, the village keepers have been mysteriously disappearing without a trace, but no one in the village has ever seen them leave. If you're planning to stay around the village for the next few days, I'd appreciate it if you could keep an eye out for them.
I've had encounters with those people in the past. I'll see what I can do to help.
The Matra are the ones responsible for their exile. Now that you're no longer with them, are you trying to alleviate your guilt and atone for your past sins? I'm fascinated by how you think.
Mock me if you will, but if you are guilty, I will eliminate you, regardless of my position or identity.
Oh, you're the former General Mahamatra. You must be an expert in these kinds of investigations. Thank you for your help.
Hello, I'm here.
Is it because you're reminded of Hypatia? Oh, these poor scholars. First they lose their sanity, now this! We need to help get them back home safe and sound. But, is it really a good idea to tag along with Cyno? You seem like you really don't trust him.
That's why this is a great opportunity to watch him.
I'll be grateful for the assistance. No doubt you will do a better job than some of my former subordinates.
Am I really going into the desert alone with you? Oh no, maybe I didn't think this through.
Let's start by finding a spot to share what we know so far.
I don't want to be alone with you anywhere! Oh my god! I don't trust this. Well, if I run into any trouble, I'll just call for one of the gods, right? Maybe Venti will hear me. Well, I don't know. They said he's the weakest god, actually. They said he's weak as shit. They said Zhongli is the strongest god out of all 7. Maybe I just call for him, pick up a rock and call him on the rock phone. Yo, Geo Archon, the rock phone. Can you imagine her doing that?
Although I've sent myself into exile, I'm still doing essentially the same things as before. Do you still have any questions for me before we start our investigation?
Why do they refer to the mad scholars as village keepers?
One of my former subordinates told me that this title has its origins in a strange incident.
Incident?
The Academia has long exiled mad scholars to Aru Village. A mysterious phenomenon exists here. When mad scholars first arrive, they are as incoherent and deranged as before. But after spending some time here, they invariably begin to calm down. Initially, the people of Aru Village greatly resented having to take in the mad scholars. But a strange incident one night changed that. Aru Village was struck by the strongest earthquake in living memory. Seeing buildings on the verge of collapse all around him, the then chief of the village was preparing to take everyone to safety. Suddenly, he noticed a mad scholar crouching in a corner, caressing the ground with his hands. A soft, green light radiated from him, like a divine glow against the backdrop of night, despite the powerful tremors that ripped through the ground that night. All the houses remained upright, almost as if they had grown roots reaching deep into the ground. In the end, not a single building collapsed, and no one was hurt. After that, the people of Aru Village treated the mad scholars with greater kindness, and began to refer to them as the village keepers.
A soft green light? A mad scholar protecting our village? What do you make of it, Traveler?
Must have been the Nahita's power.
I would think so too. Actually, Cyno, do you know if any of the mad scholars continued to wear their Akasha terminals at our village?
In theory, they would continue wearing them so the Academia could still monitor their activities. With that said, the main Akasha system would no longer have any interaction with them.
Oh, no wonder! Everything makes sense then! Add in the fact that they calmed down, it was probably Nahita who calmed them.
If you were able to draw a conclusion from this one story alone, then it appears you possess much more information than I do.
Well, I'm friends with the Dendro Archon of this region. What of you?
So, what do you make of the story?
The mad scholar likely came from Lesser Lord Kusanali. Lesser Lord Kusanali was actually the one who protected the village. Mad scholar's power likely came from her. It was her who did it.
Really? Lesser Lord Kusanali.
What? You don't believe us? Lesser Lord Kusanali was definitely using the Akasha to give her power to the mad scholars!
No, it's not so much that I don't believe you. I'm just struck by your reasoning. Lesser Lord Kusanali, the current Dendro Archon. Is she really active in Sumeru?
Can we tell him?
The Academia has always placed far greater importance on the late Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. They've more or less ignored Lesser Lord Kusanali, and I've never had any reason to doubt their views. In addition, I've never heard any stories about Lesser Lord Kusanali and her deeds. To me, she might as well have been a god that never existed.
No way! Nahita definitely exists! She's a... how should Paimon put it? She's a good Archon who's kind and wise, even if she says weird stuff sometimes.
We saved Sumeru City together in the not-so-distant past.
I've spent many years interrogating criminals, so I can easily tell when someone is lying.
You son of a bitch, Cyno. I will drown you in the sand.
Good! Then you should know that we're telling the truth!
That look in your eyes. I've never seen that from a liar. You two really must have met Lesser Lord Kusanali. How can this be? To think, Our Archon has been amongst us this entire time.
Alright, now it's our turn to put our skills to good use for this investigation. But easier said than done, especially since we don't have any leads. Maybe we can start by knocking on some doors.
Excuse me, are you here to help me find my grandpa?
Huh? Who are you?
By the sounds of it, a resident of this village.
My name is Isak. You'll help me find my grandpa, right?
Is your grandpa a mad scholar?
Hey, don't say that. Grandpa is just Grandpa. Why do you have to call him that? It's not like he's a bad person or anything.
The person you're referring to is not a local. Yet you are. Why do you call him Grandpa?
Grandpa is just Grandpa. He's my family. I heard everything you said to the village chief. Please, you gotta take me with you. I want to find my grandpa. I swear I'll help. I won't be a nuisance.
Ah, so you're the one who was eavesdropping on us around the village chief's house. I was planning to go out and take care of whoever it was. But I had a vague feeling that they didn't harbor any ill intent.
Whoa. I even wasn't kidding about Matra having sharp senses. Cyno, he's just a kid. All he wants is to find his grandpa. Let's find a way to help him.
Sorry. I was only listening in because I wanted to know where Grandpa went. Honest. If you don't believe me, you can ask Miss Candace.
Help him, Cyno.
All right. But first, let's confirm the facts with Candace.
That head nod. Side head nod. Hey, get- What the... What the hell? No, my voice is still recovering from having that massive laugh attack for the whole Scaramouche thing in my last video where that girl was having a fucking orgasm because she's like, I felt his energy inside of me, and I couldn't take it and I died. I died so hard. Oh.
Cyno is super vigilant. Is this what all the Matra are like?
I like this animation they gave her where she tilts sideways. You know what I also like about Paimon? She reminds me a lot of Midna. When you first meet her in Twilight Princess and she follows Link around as an imp creature and she kind of floats around like that and she's really sassy and she's like, "I'll ride you, you wolf boy." Yeah, well that's how Paimon is. So, because Midna also has a true human form where she's much bigger and she's a princess of Twilight, kind of makes me wonder if Paimon doesn't actually grow bigger too. She just chooses to use an imp form. And I think there were people saying that she does have a god form. They keep trying to say that she's really the Asmodee, the unknown god. The unknown god's name is Asmodee. People keep saying she's Kiana Aslan from Honkai Impact, but I guess MiHoYo said no. They just used her design. She looks like her, but she's not her. She's her own person, so unless they change that later. But people keep saying that Paimon is her. I mean, yeah, she has the same black star that you and Aether see at the beginning of the game when you get captured. But I have a feeling that Paimon is like probably just related to her somehow, but she does look a lot like her, so I don't know.
Oh, you're back already.
Yeah.
We just wanted to confirm something with you. Do you know a boy by the name of Isak?
I had a feeling he'd go looking for you.
Huh? You knew this would happen?
So the fact that Cyno is Electro and Candace is Hydro, if their powers met, that would be electrifying.
Yes. Although he
She
tried his
answered
best
me.
to stay hidden, I still noticed him eavesdropping outside the window. He really wants to get his grandfather back. Isak's parents were both Aramite mercenaries who rarely returned to the village after finding employment in the city. He was raised by his grandfather. Unfortunately, it was only a few years before his grandpa passed away. Isak was still very young at the time, so various families in the village took turns caring for him so he could survive. Later, an elderly mad scholar arrived at the village. Isak thought the scholar bore a striking resemblance to his grandfather, and thus often spied on the man.
Jesus Christ, even when he's taking a shit, the little boy's just peeking around the wall.
However, the scholar was unkempt in appearance and incoherent in speech. Although Isak referred to the man as his grandpa, he was afraid and didn't dare to approach him. One summer night, the oft mumbling and bumbling grandpa suddenly calmed down and seemed to become more lucid. He even noticed Isak hiding in the distance.
My PS4 is overheating and it sounds like a fucking mini jet plane in here, like that.
So Grandpa walked up to Isak and patted him on the head. He even took Isak to the entrance of the village, where he patiently taught the boy the names of the stars, and accompanied Isak until he fell asleep.
Where do I get one of those fans on the wall? Where can I get one of those?
The next morning, Isak woke up and wanted to go find his grandpa again, only to realize his grandpa no longer recognized him. However, even so, Grandpa retained his calm expression. It's said that those who saw the scholar claimed he no longer appeared to be crazy, but appeared to be living in his own world, almost as if he were sleepwalking. Isak was thrilled that his grandpa was able to find peace, and would follow him all the time, asking him things like, "Grandpa, want me to take you somewhere fun?" Or, "Grandpa, could you tell me stories about the stars again?"
All this somehow just makes Paimon feel really sad. It seems like they both deserve so much better.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, it's hard for me too, because my grandfather passed away at the beginning of this year from cancer that hit him suddenly. He died within months of finding out. And I only have one grandfather left, my mother's father. My dad's father was the one who passed, so every time I run into things about grandfather, I'm just like,
Perhaps. Nearly everyone who lives in the desert has some form of hardship or regret. But even so, we must still continue on with our lives.
Agreed. Well, what helps me get over it, though, is years ago before my grandfather passed, I told him I would be sad if he ever died, and he told me that he wanted me to be happy regardless, that, you know, death does come for everyone, and he did not want me to be sad about him passing. He didn't want me to put my life on hold because he wasn't here. So I have to honor his wish, and I have to keep living because that's what he would want me to do. It is hard, but I'm just doing what he wanted of me, and I know that's just what he would want, you know. He would be upset with me if he knew I dwelt on his death all the time, which sometimes I do. I do have a 10-diamond ring that he gave me when I was 16, and I do still have it. And I have a lot of other things. He made me a dream catcher necklace, which I have, and he gave me a heart-shaped rock that he found. He used to go to the lakes, and he found it was shaped naturally, and it's like a heart-shaped rock stone. Fits in the palm of my hand. It's kind of decent sized, but he found it, and then he wrote "I love you" on it and gave it to me, and I still have it on my desk. But it's alright. We're focusing on Cyno right now, but I just thought I'd mention that.
It's also my reason for fighting. I must continue to protect this land.
Lucid Grandpa was probably Nahida. She must have soothed the other mad scholars as well. From the look on Cyno's face, he probably connected the dots as well.
Maybe the people have always had a considerate god watching over them.
Is Cyno so easily swayed? I mean, it really is true. We do know Kusanali, but like... I wonder...
Huh? What did you say, Cyno?
What did you say, Cyno?
No, nothing. As long as Isak keeps his word and doesn't get in our way, we can take him along.
Perhaps you are more compassionate than I gave you credit for. Please accept my thanks on Isak's behalf, Cyno.
I'm glad they kept his name, because usually when characters get leaked, MiHoYo changes their complete design. Sometimes their names will slightly change, or they'll keep it, but their whole design will change. But like, Cyno was leaked literally like what feels like a year ago. I've known about him since last year, like around the time Skara was, because my console corrupted November 8th of 2020, and that was when you first meet Skara, and Mona's like, "Get away!" I missed that whole thing, the Reconciled Stars. I didn't get to play that because my console was down. and I didn't get it replaced until like December something, so there was like 4 weeks that I didn't get to play the game. And when he was released, Cyno was leaked around the same time. So I've known about him since then.
Hey, Isak!
Why did it just say look for the objective in this area on my screen when I'm in the middle of a cutscene? What the fuck? I call these interactive dialogue cutscenes. These are not really cutscenes. It's interactive dialogue because you're talking to something and like an animation is playing out. So I will often call these interactive dialogues. In any game I play, when characters stand around and talk to each other, I call that interactive dialogue or dialogue interaction.
Oh, it's you guys!
We have names.
We've cleared everything up. Let's go find your grandpa.
Really? Wow! Thank you so much!
Blue stars. Your grandpa will be safe and sound.
Yeah!
I feel like we're lying to this kid.
Alright. Let's ask the local residents some questions first.
Alright. I don't know. I wish they would let you go through this faster. I literally have to do it like this. There was one I got recently, and oh, fucking Jesus Christ. They're gonna have to rotate all the way down. But then again, not necessarily, because I don't think they go in order. Anyway, I don't know who I should put bet on. I was gonna do Venti's banner again, but I don't know if I should do Cyno's. I don't know. There was one for Skara I got very recently. Is this going by order of year? This is 2022. I mean, I could always look back at my last video, like 2 videos ago, to see what it said. I normally just accept them quickly and move on. I don't read them all the time. Oh, shit. I probably passed it because I'm still not fully reading. I'm also playing with my damn eyelashes on my right eye because they're irritating me all of a sudden. This one was recent. Yeah, 10/5, that was today. So it's not in order then. Shit. I probably already passed it. I don't know what it was called. Obtain the power of animal. Jesus Christ, 10/9/2020. That was the same year my console corrupted. Well, the following month, actually. My fucking god. Yeah, see, 11/3, my console corrupted on the 8th, a couple days after that. Yeah, it corrupted because of Sony's 800 update. It fucked it up so bad that when I was playing Ultimate, because of the glitch that happens in Warriors Retreat through Ultimate and Gauntlet mode when you run into invaders, it's like a team of 5 characters, it would freeze the game. And I think what happened was I encountered a team and I had the game paused, and I hit my home button to check my messages, and I guess because it froze the console so bad when I was hitting the messages, I hit the home button, it just corrupted the shit out of it. Where like it restarted itself, it sat on for maybe 3 minutes and then it shut off and never went back on again. It corrupted so hard, that's what happened to it. It's exactly what happened. No, I don't. I must have passed it. Oh well. What do I do? Because we got Shinobu and then we got Barbara. I don't know who I should do. It's probably gonna be nothing. Yeah. Well, it all depends on which one I go for. I was gonna let that sit, but I guess I could use it. Well.
Excuse me, did you happen to see where the missing scholars went?
You mean the village keepers? Oh, let me think. When I was eating dinner the other day, I saw one of them by the side of the road. muttering away and eating mushrooms and tree roots. They shouldn't go around eating that kind of stuff.
Okay. Did you notice anything else?
Anything else? No, I think that's all I have to tell you. Sorry.
Fucking walks off. Okay, well.
The scholars that have gone missing. Have you seen them?
God, that is so fucking Jesus. It's imposing. He's like, have you seen them? It's like, lower your dagger in your voice.
Those eyes. Those fierce eyes. You look like a real fighter.
Lady, calm down.
Don't change the subject.
Right. You were asking about the mad scholars. I think it's been a few days since I last saw them. I usually go to bed pretty early, so I'm not too familiar with what goes on at night. But honestly, I feel quite sympathetic towards them. Even though they act a little strange, they've helped me in the past. If it weren't for them, my house would have collapsed long ago.
Do you also think Grandpa and the others are good people?
Grandpa? Oh, hello there. It's little Isak. You mean that nice man who looks like your grandpa's long-lost twin, right? He was actually the one who protected my house. I saw it with my own eyes. He happened to be staying near my house that day and was doing something with his hands on the ground. It still feels pretty surreal now that I think back on it. Did someone teach them how to do that? Well, whatever the case, I'll always be thankful to him and whoever taught him to look out for others. I'm pretty sure that if I ever went mad, I wouldn't be able to do anything like that.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Oh my god. Cats, please don't be doing what I think you're doing. There has been clips of people screenshotting cats in this game that are positioned behind each other awkwardly, and it looks like something else. It's down, okay. Woo, that lag, holy shit.
Sir, have you seen my grandpa recently? You know, the one who likes to sit and space out near the village entrance.
Oh, well, if it isn't Isak. Oh, your grandpa, huh? It's been a while.
Man, Cyno's so cool. It'd be cool if I got him, but it's hard to choose between him and Venti. It's like, son of a bitch.
The last time I saw him, he was pacing out by the road as usual. I wanted to ask him if he'd like any of the food I had prepared, despite my wife's protests. Like many people, she's really quite terrified of them.
Really?
And speaking of my wife, she's still always complaining about how I don't make enough mora. That might explain why she's always mad at me.
We didn't come here for marital strife.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for taking care of him.
It was nothing. Hey, you're looking for him, right? Did he go for a walk and get lost?
Yeah.
That's no good. Well, once you found him, come by my place again and I'll cook a little something for the both of you. I've known you since you were very young. So as far as I'm concerned, you're family. Please feel free to come by anytime.
Wow, what a nice guy!
Okay. Thank you, sir.
What's wrong, Cyno? Did something happen?
Don't say anything for now.
What? He's like putting his hand over my mouth in his mind, isn't he? That could go one of two ways. I'm gonna shut the fuck up.
Isak, stay here. Let's head over there. Stay quiet as you move.
Oh my god. He's so imposing! Okay, you do realize I'm slightly injured. Please, the fuck are you? I have to start doing it like this from now on, because when I pull up that other menu, my game's just like, ha, no. Eat all the fruit, shove all the fruit in your face. Alright, we're probably gonna have to fight something from the sounds of it, so I'll preemptively set it up. Everything in the desert is usually dendro based, so. Oh, I wanted the glowing vase.
Listen, see if you can make out what they're saying.
Have you heard? The mighty Scarlet King, the sovereign of our faith, will soon return to this world.
Sovereign means ruler, which is my name, Hilarity.
Yes, of course I have. The Scarlet King is the one and only true ruler of this land. I've never believed in any other gods.
Aw, fucking shit. Venti and Zhongli and A are fucking turning in their graves.
Still, you say
And
he's coming
Kusanali.
back, but it sure doesn't feel like life's about to change around here anytime soon. What's your proof?
Haven't you noticed? The village has been getting more deranged scholars than ever. Delavar was saying that many people also went insane just before the fall of the Scarlet King's civilization in ancient times. We don't quite know why, but it seems like there's some sort of connection between insanity and the Scarlet King.
Yeah, well, the Scarlet King, Candace, is a descendant from him, so I wonder how we feel about that once we figure that out, which I already know, but do they?
Isn't it a sign of the Scarlet King's power that all the mad scholars have disappeared? If you ask me, they must have been chosen as the final sacrifice for the Scarlet King's resurrection.
Oh my fucking god, are we turning into like Star Ocean The Last Hope, where they're like, sacrifice Sarah for, what's his name, Asmodeus? Yeah.
Huh. Now that you say it, that does make some sense. Does this mean our lives are finally going to take a turn for the better?
Exactly. Those city folks will get what's coming to them.
What the fuck?
Now, repeat everything you've just said from the very beginning.
Huh?
Cyno?
Who are you? Where did you come from?
My patience is running thin. You heard what I asked.
What the fuck? Yeah, that's his animation.
Yeah. Bro, this guy's something else. Just look at his eyes. One wrong move, and he's gonna flay us alive.
Let's not get on his bad side, okay? I'm no match for this guy.
You also don't got vision, so of course you really don't.
Oh, okay, good sir. What is it you would like to know?
Tell me about the Scarlet King's resurrection.
Oh my god.
Well, I only know a few things from hearsay. I went for a drink the other day and heard others talking about a rumor that the madmen will disappear and that the Scarlet King will return to this land. I'm not making this up, I swear!
Hey, go on. Keep talking.
It's true. It's all true, sir. We desert folk have had more than enough of those people at the academia. They keep sending us all their mad scholars and won't let us have a good life.
Is this guy who's, it sounds like Child or Toma putting on a different voice. Because he has like an upbeat in his voice and it almost sounds Child-esque. And it just sounds like he's trying to make his voice like slightly deeper.
Would you want to live like this if you were in our place?
Like,
The
hey
radicals were
girlie,
even
how
more
feel?
thrilled than me
Like,
when they heard the news.
fucking
We're
god.
all praying for the Scarlet King's speedy return. Delavar also said that once the Scarlet King returns to our side, it's only a matter of time before we conquer the land on the other side of the wall. They're all willing to serve under the Scarlet King and fight for a share of the glory.
Is that so?
Seems like he still wants to know more. Keep talking.
Got it! At first, I told myself it was just the drink talking, but then all the mad scholars vanished without a trace, just as the rumor said. Please, don't beat me up just for mentioning these rumors. If I'm guilty, then everyone else around here is also guilty. I'm just saying what the others said.
The people here really like the Scarlet King, but dislike the Dendro Archon.
The academia is probably the true target of their hatred.
Where is this radical person you talked about?
I haven't run into him over the past few days, so he probably hasn't been around the village. What about you, man? Have you seen him at all?
No, not at all. We wouldn't dare lie to you. He's really not here right now.
Sounds like you're not too close with the radicals.
No, of course not. All we know are their names.
I have many ways to stop you from talking. And many others to stop you from sending warning messages. So you'd best just stay home and hope I don't hear of you trying to contact anybody. Don't do anything until I've gotten to the bottom of this. Try something foolish, and even Candace won't be able to protect you.
Yes, got it. We'll do just as you say.
I don't know. Something about Cyno coming for you in the dead of night sounds fucking romantic. I mean,
That scared Billy half to death. Cyno is pretty terrifying.
I actually kind of like it. Makes him seem, I don't know, more appealing. Good thing I'm not one of your enemies, or I'd have to spear you.
He didn't try to reassure us at all. It's like he's used to hearing that. Oh, I know that lots of people have told him that before.
All the more reason for you not to get on his bad side.
I heard that.
Sorry.
It's part of being a Matra. The rumor we heard just now seems like a strong lead. But we need to check a few more places.
Try their homes.
Very well.
I mean, where else could they have gone? Through the fucking mirror portal?
I'm here.
Where's your grandpa's house?
Well, I can take you there. Just follow me.
Tra-la-la-la. Alright, go. Go on. I mean, I run faster than you, so I'm supposed to follow you, so...
Grandpa? He likes to be alone. Sometimes he stares at the sky in a daze, and other times he just pokes at the ground with his fingers.
That sounds
Every now
wrong.
and then, he yells out at the top of his lungs, so a lot of people are really scared of him. But he's a good person, really. I know he is. I swear, he's just like my real grandpa.
Man, I want that. Where is it? It's probably like... I can't get it right now. I'll have to come back for it. Every time you come near a Dendroculus, or any of them, they'll glow like a white star on the map. I want that.
Well, this is where Grandpa usually stays.
There sure isn't much here.
What's that smell? Cyno, did you catch a faint whiff of incense?
No.
Incense? Please don't say it's the same one as before.
It's definitely that one.
But are you okay? Are you getting dizzy or need to lie down?
There's a scent that you can sense, but I can't.
A certain traveler here once passed out from that smell. Thankfully, Tainari saved the day. And then he gave us a long lecture to explain all about how it worked.
So, you know Tainari?
Yes?
Huh? You know him too? Are you two friends?
Yes. Now that I concentrate, I can also make out the scent of incense.
Wait, surely Tainari didn't lecture you too?
No. No need.
I can't handle this scent very well.
Did you first encounter this scent at Tainari's house?
No, it was in the forest where a scholar was meditating.
In the forest. From a scholar.
Let's keep looking. It'd be more efficient if we split up. Let's keep looking for clues. He might tell us to split up anyway, but if we're about to faint, he probably wouldn't leave us. Let's see what he says. Nothing! Oh, he's really there walking around. Alright. Well, how far is my... Weird. My range of... like, how far can I get? Okay, I see it, I see it. It just blends in with the sand. I can't see. Give me. Well, he was just right here, so... Wait, what? Daily necessities... Wait, hold on. I didn't get to pick the other one, but alright. Guess that counts.
What are you looking for, Cyno?
Footprints?
Here it is. Take a look right here.
Paimon doesn't see anything.
Although the traces have been completely buried in the sand, There are footprints here, from the size and shape. They belong to an adult male. This pattern is a common one from this area. Local shoes. This was probably someone from the village. The scent is quite faint, but still extant. The footprints head in the direction of the door.
You mean someone else has been here?
But who would come looking for Grandpa? He doesn't have any friends.
We'd have to ask whoever lured him away with the incense.
Lured him away? So that's what happened.
Huh? So you can lure someone away with just a scent?
You get lured away by food all the time.
Hey! What's wrong with liking good food? Everyone's got something they love in life.
Yeah, I love my solitude, so I guess we're all even.
Exactly.
Oh.
Most scholars are fond of incense, since the smell supposedly helps them clear their minds and discover new knowledge.
More like it helps them connect with Irminsul. You don't know that, do you?
Even deep within the clutches of madness, they still yearn for their knowledge-seeking days, and will follow the scent whenever it presents itself.
No, Grandpa.
So, someone's taking advantage of their weakness? Huh. Still, why would anyone want to abduct all the scholars?
Is it to resurrect that king?
Are the rumors really true?
That's the only lead we have.
Could the disappearance of all the mad scholars have something to do with the radicals?
It's highly likely.
Please, you have to save my Grandpa. Grandpa's never done anything wrong. Please help him.
You don't know that for certain, kid.
Sounds like we'd better help get him back. Don't you worry, Lisa. We won't let whoever took him get away with it.
Let's head to Aru Village and inform Candace and the others about what we learned here. After that, we'll set off to find the scholars.
I got statues not too far away, but pick me up. Or down. Whatever you see fit. Have I been to the lower areas of this place? I want to say no. Oh, there's a fishing area down here. There's a money box in the water, huh? No loitering. Weird. Her legs look awkwardly straighter. It went further up before, didn't it? Yeah. Yeah, her legs are straighter. Look at that. That's fucking weird. Yeah, and I could have just teleported to the waypoint.
Right. The darker fabric definitely looks a lot better. That'd be my choice, too.
We're back, Candace! We've got a lot to tell you.
Ah, welcome back.
Sounds like everyone's friends already.
Oh, Dia's here too!
She was here from the beginning, come on.
You bet. So